2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, everybody. Oh, oh, it's going to be one of those nights. Hi, everybody. I'm a little bit out of it. Terry was just telling me she's out of it. I am so tired tonight. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. And if I fall asleep, don't worry. I will be back. And, just a little reminder, if I ever do get disconnected during the show, I always will come back, so don't get worried about that. I think I finally figured out what the culprit was for sometimes getting disconnected from the show, or knocked off, if you will, because Blog Talk Radio requires we have a hard wire to our modem. So now I have a hard wire, and it's not happening anymore. My getting knocked off, I mean. So a couple of housekeeping things, and then we will have a focus subject and go to the phone lines. There is a website for the show called spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com. And there you can find a couple of different resources, one of which is a way to jump to the top of the queue if you feel that you need that. And that would be with the 8 no wait. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. That's at spiritmediumtv.com. Also, you can learn how to get a 25% 25% discount, or a third more time is another way to look at it. Third more time added to your reading. So if you want to book a private session with me, and you want to receive a bonus of a third more time in your private session, simply use the event code radio show when you're booking your session. And that is detailed at spiritmediumtv.com. And then the third thing that might be of interest to you is that you can watch me live in front of a video feed as I do the show. And sometimes you might see me making a funny face or something, which you wouldn't get if you're just listening to the show. Some people are more visual. They like to see besides just listen, so it's there for you. And that particular version of the show, the video version, goes to YouTube. Okay, so the focus subject tonight is, do you really believe there's life after death? Do you? For a while, even though I've been doing mediumship, the other part of me that's dealing with three-dimensional reality, it wasn't necessarily in sync with that. It's like, oh yeah, I had a mediumship session and all this great information came in, but I would just go back to my daily life and kind of forget about it. But recently, I have to say, something is up. In other words, I think I'm really, really, really carrying that experience of knowing when I'm in a session to my everyday life. And that's because the sessions have become so real. Like, the souls are like channeling through my vocal cords. They're just talking through me to the sitter. And one of them happened on the radio show a couple of weeks ago. The soul and spirit said, tell my granddaughter to give that chubbly bunny a hug for me. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm on a radio show. How am I going to say chubbly bunny a hug? It was sort of off base. We hadn't been talking about bunnies, you see. But nevertheless, when I said it, this is how I said it. I said, I forgot the sitter's name, but I said to her, do you know anything about bunnies? Did you ever get a stuffed bunny from your grandmother or something? So she said, oh, we used to raise bunnies. So I was like, oh, okay. And I've had similar experiences with this, with everything being said through this soul and spirit is so specific and so in the moment that I have to believe something is happening. So I know that may sound a little strange because I'm supposed to be the one that believes, right? But I'm saying this for a reason, because maybe the other mediums that you meet don't believe, and maybe you don't believe, but there's a healing when you do believe, a big healing. A knowing that we don't we don't end at that point. We continue. So anyway, there's an article on my website. It's called "Is Life After Death Real?" You can find it now if you'd like by going to spiritmediumtv.com. It should be on the sidebar, or if you're listening to this at a future point in time, then you simply need to go to the top of the website, and where there's a magnifying glass, click on that and type in the box there, "Is Life After Death Real?" and search for it, and the article should come up. And I have some other examples. One of which is Voices Across the Veil. I am a research medium, meaning that maybe every month or every 2 months, I'm hired to work with a PhD in psychology, Dr. Dennis Grega, in mediumship sessions. And he and his partner, Michelle Szabo, extract from this research and are writing lots of different books on the afterlife. Anyway, the last one that happened was the last soul that came in. There was no doubt that he was like right in the room with us. I'll put it to you that way, but the details are in the story. Okay. So that is the focus subject. And what we're going to do now is a prayer and a meditation, very short, and then an energy connection, and we are going to go into a connection, and I will go to the phone lines. So everybody listening, if you would just sit back in your respective locations, uncross your arms and legs, and start to breathe from your abdomen, allowing yourself to get very light and relaxed, breathing in deeply, and releasing any and all tension and stress. And I would like each of you, as you continue to breathe from your abdomen in an open body position, to start thinking about what you need today from spirit. If you have a question, focus on that. If you want to connect with someone who's transitioned to the realm of spirit, please call them in. And while you do that, remembering to breathe, I'm going to go off and do the prayer silently. I'll be back in a second. And now, on your next exhale of breath, if you would please release into the space around you your energy. I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay, I'm going to go to the first donation, which is Trisha. So one moment while I connect us. Hi, Trisha.
Hi, Laura. Oh, hi, Laura.
Hi.
Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, of course.
I wanted to ask you, I'm in the process of 2 projects that I wrote this year. And one is a musical and one is a screenplay. And I just want to see what my life path is in connection with these 2 projects and the people I'm projecting that I'd like to be involved in it.
Okay, I want to say thank you so much for your donation, as it goes in part to help animals. Thank you. Okay, you're writing a musical.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're writing a musical and you're writing a screenplay, and you want to see which of them, if both of them do relate to your life paths. The way I interpret your question, and I need to get clear on that right now, is you're trying to find out if one or both are on your life path, and if so, how is this destiny to unfold? Time, people, places, synchronicities. Is that the correct way to interpret the question, please?
Yes, because I'm a constant writer, but they sort of write and then stop. I mean, not, whether it's me stopping them going any further, but I enjoy the writing. I enjoy the creation so much. It's the next part of the chapter of it, deals with other energies now. So it's that synchronization, I guess.
Yeah. Well, so I'm going to start with the question, is this on your path, or how, first I go with the yes, no, and then it opens from there. So bear with me for a moment, Trisha. You're supposed to be writing them, and it is on your they are on your life path. Each one is unique and of its own type or genre, if you will, and each needs to be expressed in its own way. The way to seed it so it's so they go somewhere after being written is you do need to do something more. So I'm going to see what that is. You know, if we put seeds in the ground, we do have to do something to get them to grow. So let me just see. What should you be doing, please, Tricia? You're always alone. You're on your own a lot. You're not really connecting well with others to let these things be known. It is best to develop a network of friends that are influential, people that you know, acquaintances that would be within the community that would be likely to know of people that would produce this or be people that would produce this. So you need to do something that's friendly with the right people, rubbing elbows, if you will. I'm going to, now, as I say these words, a theater appears before me, an empty theater. And in the front row, it looks like there's a producer and a director and that kind of a thing. And I'm hearing that you do know some people that are in the film industry and in the production industry. Is that correct, please?
Yes, off and on I have for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you need to kind of cultivate that kind of relationship and get to know people that either through a club or something that you're doing with them or around them or in the, even if it's volunteer, you need to develop relationships and friendships that would allow you to present the material. It will work better if it's coming through a person that knows you, if you're trying to sell it that way, than just on its own. So there is action that you need to take. And you need to be a little bit more proactive in that area. It's not that hard for you to do this because you are you're very personable, you're gregarious, and you have an interest in other people and their well-being. And if you develop your friendships on the basis of interest in them and their welfare and what they're doing, you won't feel like that you're an opportunist, because that's not who you are. You're not an opportunist. You're a person who does care about people. So continue to develop relationships and friendships, and then you do need to posit, P-O-S-I-T, not deposit, but posit these pieces of literature to them in ways that are friendly and nice. I also see, are you in a reading group or something that does read plays that might be looking at producing things? Are you in something like that?
I not necessarily, but I do belong to a website that I pay for a service. They send what producers are looking for at the time. You know, that this kind of idea, this idea. And there are a couple of things like that where you can actually pay. You know, you have letters sent to certain producers. It's just you've got to go through the list and really scan who it is, because it can be expensive otherwise. But
well, let me just extend that a bit then. Anything that would allow you to start producing your work, even if it's in a small production, would be helpful as well. So you do need to get proactive. Otherwise, your pieces of work will not be seen or heard. And you do need to do that. So it's not like it's just going to fall in your lap. It is important you write the work. It is part of your life plan, and it won't be that hard to get the work produced in some way. And now I'm hearing some sort of a local production company that would be in television would be probably the first one to take it and look at it. In particular, it's just one of them. One of them is a drama, and one of them seems to be more of a comedy. Is that correct, love?
Well, one is a musical. This is the ones that I've done this year. I've got other projects as well that I've written over time, but the musical involves a famous group of music, and I kind of downloaded this incredible concept for a musical, and I did try and send it to them a few weeks back, but it was returned because they call it unsolicited. I have to kind of find a way to get it to them that's through somebody or an agent or something like that. But that's a very different project. It's really exciting. I really enjoy writing it. I mean, I love the story. And the other one is film. But the films they're big films. They're not little theaters and, you know, I would be hitting my head against a wall trying to turn some of my projects into little projects because they're not little projects. You know, that's part of the unfortunate thing when you write films because there's so many people involved.
Yeah.
You know, they're not, it's not like a book, you know.
Well, you've seen some of those BBC productions where they have sequels every week. They're not small productions, but they're broken into series, and whatever you've written could probably be adapted to various different venues. But I just hear something about a local BBC production company, local to you. Now, where are you living now, honey?
I live in California, but I live in San Bernardino, which is about an hour and a half out of Los Angeles.
Okay.
Away from California.
All right,
the main curve of.
All right. So the bottom line is just continue to cultivate your friendships and relationships and continue to get the work seen by others in the ways you're doing, but also the extra. The extra is to just make friends with people who are influential and do it with a genuine interest in them. One of them is going to be produced sooner than the other of the two that you've mentioned to me. And I think it's the musical is going to go first.
Okay.
Yeah. And is that for stage, my dear? Is that a stage production?
Yeah, I mean, I did. I wrote it like for Broadway.
Yeah.
Like
well, I feel
something I've never done before, but I kept seeing it. You know, like I downloaded all of the scenes and even saw the artist that wrote a lot of the material. He's in spirit. He came through quite a few times. That's actually why I wrote it, because he kept turning up, and I knew it was his dream was to write a musical, and he never got to write it. And I just felt like I should write it. He wants me to write it. I'm going to write it. And every morning about 4, I would just wake up and download and images and the stage and the actors turned up in visions. I mean, it was like full on for about 4 weeks. Just massive downloading. And John Lennon turned up a lot too.
Oh, interesting.
He turned up about 2 times, and I put a song of his in it.
Wow.
Which is, I mean, it worked out perfectly. So it involves such a big amount of people. And so I just want to actually mainly get it approved by the people I wrote it about, you know, the band. And see, if they're not on board, then there's no point on like kind of pushing it in that way to any producers, because it's not going to happen. But if they're not on board with it, I would totally rewrite it and change it, because I love the story concept. And so it's, you know, I'm just playing with it right now, but trying to get it in their door. So I'll keep that's good that you saw that happening, though, the musical. Thank you.
Yes, I do see that being produced, and you just need to cultivate more. You need to push it a little more. You know, you're the artist type, and you're not a salesperson per se. I mean, you can sell if you needed to, but you're not that kind of person. So do whatever relationships you're cultivating, do it because you're really interested in those people, and everything is going to fall into place that way.
Awesome.
All right, sweetie. Thank you so much for calling in, my dear, and keep us up to date.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
Okay,
I'm going to go to Cece, who's had a loss in her family. Hello, Cece. Cece?
Hi, Laura.
Hi, sweetie. And
hello.
Hi, honey. Now, I don't know if any of you heard, but Cece called a couple of weeks ago and was very upset because her father had chosen to transition and go off life support. And she wants to see if we can make a connection with him, even though it has not been a long time. He was sick for a long time, so she was ready, emotionally for that. Well, about as ready as you can be, right, Cece? Nobody's ever 100% ready for losing a parent. So let me go now to see if we can make a connection with your beautiful loved one, who is a father, by the way, everyone. I know that. And I also know that he had some kind of a neuromuscular issue that forced him to be on a breathing machine. Is that correct, honey? Do I have that right?
Yes, he was on life support for 2 years.
Yeah. I just want to say those things because that's given. I already know that, everyone. Now I have to go for further evidence from him. Okay, now he steps into the room, and there's a woman with him also. Not sure who the woman is just yet, but she happens to be a little bit stronger energy. But let me see if I can go back to him. He's laughing. He's laughing up a storm, first of all. So he's happy to be free of his body. He's free out of there. And he said, of course I'm okay. Of course I'm okay. But there's a woman that sort of stands in front of him before me. And let me see if I could get a little more information on that woman before we go to him, because she won't step aside. So she's got hair that's mid-length. It's wavy. It's kind of off her face. Not wavy, but it's got a waving body to it. It looks like there's some white in it, but it's dark undertones. She's a good-looking woman. She's a high, rounded forehead, a small nose, full lips, high cheekbones. She's a very beautiful woman. She says for most of her life, she also presents as a slender person. From that description, do you know anyone that looks like that in spirit?
Honestly, I'm thinking it's his mother.
Did she look
like
my
grandmother? I'm thinking.
Did she look like that?
Yes.
Okay, I got to get that one. But she's also wearing little button earrings, like little round pearls. They're not that little though. You know how women used to wear those kind of round kind of earrings. She's got those on.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you able to see the color of her hair? I'm thinking that's his sister. I've never met her or my grandmother.
Well,
they passed their early ages as well.
Okay. Well, the hair is dark, but it has a little bit of something going through it that's lighter, as if there's some white coming in.
His sister, I believe.
Yeah. Now, she is coughing. There's something going on with her lungs. Would you know anything about her passing and how she transitioned? Did it have to do with breathing?
No, it didn't. Okay, that must be his. Well, his mother, she had sandy brown hair, my grandmother, but she's coughing. His sister had ovarian cancer.
What did the mother have anything wrong with her lungs, honey?
I know she went to a heart attack and a coma and was in it for a long time, I was told.
All right, well, let me just throw that out. I need to get a positive ID on who she is before I can move to the man. He's going, there's several women around me and he's laughing too. He likes women, women are nice. He's kind of giddy right now, kind of happy. He's making jokes, but would one of the women please step forward so we can go to the father? I need to get a positive ID on who these people are before I can move to the father, please. Okay, so one of the women is taller than the other, and it looks like his mother is showing me that she's taller. And taller than her daughter, I would say. Would you understand mom was tall and statuesque and slender?
What I believe is she referring to, I was told she was petite and short, but in the picture that I have of her, the only one I ever seen, she was standing right on the side of his sister and resembled to be taller, even though she was not. I think that's what she's referring to.
Her hair is a little, her hair is a little different than what I described before. It's on the shorter side. It's layered and it's a little narrower around the headline, around the neckline and the ears, but then it gets a little fuller up here. I can't see the color as much as I could see before. You said it was a sandy brown with highlights. We'll leave that alone, but I do see the hairstyle is more on the shorter side with a bit of wave to it. Now, is the picture looking like that when you look at the picture? Does her hair look like that?
Yes. His sister and his mother had short hairstyles.
All right. Well, the sister is the one with the.
But they both have different color hair. That's why I asked. Yep. Because they both had different color hair. Well, my grandmother's was Cindy Brown, and his sister's was a dark brown blackish. So,
well, I'm telling you that
more like a blonde.
Yeah. The one with the sister looks like her hair is dark, but she's got some white coming in. It's not real short though. It's about a little above the shoulders in the image she's giving me, and it's somewhat layered. She has full lips, beautiful nose, high cheekbones, and a rounded, high forehead. The sister. The mother looks a little taller because she's standing up, I guess, and she's got shorter hair. All right. Well,
right.
Okay. And I still want to go to the mother. Do have a problem with breathing, but maybe it's because of what you said, the way she does transition. I think you said she had heart failure or something else. But I feel, I do feel it. I feel it on her. Yeah. Okay. I feel it up here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me just get one. And I also see that she has a child with her. It's not your father right now. There's another child with a grandmother, and that would be a female. Would you know if she lost another child that was a daughter? Oh, yeah, it's your father's sister. That's the woman. Okay, so we got her daughter there, and we got her there, and then I saw her daughter a different way. I will not develop the daughter as much because I just want to develop one of them. Although the daughter does show me.
Right.
You didn't say this, but I feel that she had some kind of a wasting away or cancer? The daughter. Would you know that would be the sister of your father? You didn't say she had cancer. I don't know what you said.
Yes, she did. Yes, she had ovarian cancer. Correct. Yes.
Okay, fine. Oh, you did say she had cancer. Okay, sorry. So I felt a cancer again. Now I need to move them aside, and if they would please open the door for your father to come in. It's funny because he's sitting on a trunk, like a chest, like, where they used to use in the olden days for travel. Instead of a suitcase, they have a trunk. Do you have any trunks in the house, in the family? Does the trunk have any significance to you? I can come up with one, but I'm asking you.
A trunk, like the trunk of a car? That's what I'm thinking of.
No. A trunk they used to use trunks to when they travel. They'd have a big trunk, and sometimes you can see them in the house. They're kind of decorative as well. A trunk. You'd open it up, and you can put storage in it. He's showing me the trunk for a reason.
Right.
Yeah, he's showing me the trunk because it's almost like he's carried along things with him to spirit. He means figuratively, like he's in a new location, but he's sitting on the trunk. Let me continue.
Right. Yeah.
You have a boy. Yes, I remember that. He's pointing out your son. Let me just see. I want to see if he will show me one or two things that will give you evidence. Because you're not getting the trunk. The trunk has significance. To me, it means he's traveled somewhere and carried things with him. But there might also be a trunk in the house or something. Or there might be a trunk in the family that has old things in it. Maybe it's in a. So I just want you to hear that for now, and maybe it'll make sense later.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Always does.
He shows me he's slender, even at the time of his transition. Now, I would imagine he would have withered away, correct? Sort of thin, particularly in the chest area. He's showing me his heart gives out before anything else does. I don't know if you would know that or not, because I believe it was a breathing machine he was on, but he's showing me his heart giving out. Does that have any significance to you? Can you verify that, please?
Yes, he actually had to be resuscitated right before the condition even hit him really bad. He had a very massive heart attack, and they had to spend some time resuscitating him. Yes.
So you understand a heart. Okay. That's all I'm asking is if you understand a heart. But he's saying that he's showing me at the moment of transition, his heart gives out again. So I don't, just to let you know.
Well, that was something I felt because when I had watched him leave, I seen him leave his body, and I walked out at that second. But yeah, I looked at it, and he's confirming that for me because that was something that was in my mind. I was wondering how his transition was, Okay,
so he showed me the heart giving out before anything else does. That's the real reason for the actual transition at that time.
Okay.
He says, I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel much in my body. I was suffering more being here than going there. He shows me his head. is tilted towards the left side of his body at the time of transition. Do you remember that, honey?
At the time, let's see, I remember he would ask randomly, not exactly at the time, I don't recall, but throughout the time of me, I basically became, one of his nurses towards his end. And I would tilt his head certain ways for him and position him. And so I think that he's making reference to that. Also, they could have, but I had went south before they even pronounced him dead. I left because I seen his spirit, his soul leave before they even pronounced it. So I left at that moment. So.
Okay, bear with me for a moment, sweetheart, and try to just focus, okay? You're a little all over the place right now, and I don't blame you. But I said at the time of his transition, meaning it could be around the time of his transition, it could mean at the moment of his transition. So I'll just be broad about it at the moment. But I'm just letting you know.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know. I see him lying down. He's in sort of a hospital gown or something. And his head is tilted towards his left. He also shows me that his hair has a lot of white in it, and it's disheveled. It's messed up. It looks a little longer towards the towards the neck. I don't see the top as much. I see very thin face. He has a little bit of a beard, but not a lot of hair, just a little bit around the chin coming in. Do you know if he was cleanly shaven at that time, or do you know if his hair was a little longer?
Yeah, his hair was, his face was cleanly shaved. His hair was actually cut very short. I'm thinking maybe he's showing you something like right now with how he looks, because at the time, I even cut some of his locks off, so his hair was probably only like 2 inches long, but it grows long very fast. So I'm thinking he's showing you something.
Well, I can only give you what I'm getting exactly. He's not showing me himself in spirit as having long hair. He's trying to show me that his hair was messed up, and it was a little longer towards the neck, back in the back of the head towards the neck, a little longer. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm trying to show you evidence. Okay, does that make any sense to you? Are you telling me that it was really, really shaved short on his head? Because then it
was short on the front. He's saying it was messed up because the front was shorter than the back. Is exactly what he's saying. Yes, that is true.
I only see the back.
That's actually
okay, because I only see the back, honey. I don't see the front. I only see the back right now. Showing me the back of his head, and he's showing me the neck and there's hair coming down. Okay, so you just verified that. I have to get clean verification, otherwise I can't move on. So let's try to get it together.
Right.
And I do see a little bit of beard coming out on the chin. If you didn't have that, then that's fine. I just want you to know that's what I'm seeing. I see high cheekbones. I see a wider nose, full lips, good-looking man. But mostly for you to know, he didn't feel anything. I want you to know that. Says there's a karmic loss. Hold on one second. Karmic loss in the family. The way he felt about himself when he was younger was never good. He never felt good about himself. His self-esteem was low. He says, and in a way, going through this physical illness was a way that he chose for with his soul as part of his life, this past life, with you as his daughter, to develop character or develop some sense of self. There's something to do with him having low self-esteem and him developing this illness to develop a strength to him. Now, did you know if he had low self-esteem when he was younger, honey?
I believe so, yes.
All right. Well, he says somehow having that low self-esteem brought on the illness. But the illness was brought on for growth. It's a psychological and spiritual thing is what he's talking about. There's something to do with flowers and roses. Let me see, roses, flowers given to him. Somebody, hold on. What's the flowers about, sir? Flowers are given to him at his graveside or during his memorial services. Flowers there for him. He likes the flowers very much. And he says, you gave him some flowers. Would you know that, please?
I didn't know. We didn't have the memorial service yet. We still just getting things situated with the insurance company and everything, and we have to travel with him because we're gonna hold it in his hometown.
Oh, okay. Well, I see flowers, so I don't know why I see flowers. Were they in the room when he was transitioning? I don't think so, right? Did anybody bring him flowers?
I believe, I'm going to go back to the picture and the video that Ron had sent me, but they sent me with a flag over his body. I believe there were some red roses in that picture. I'm going to have to go back and look.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, well, I believe so.
All right, because there's a ring of red roses he's showing me. So I just want you to know that, because somehow given to him. And this is after his transition. So not that he has them personally, but they're to do with his body and everything. You took care of me very well towards the end of my life, and all the time you're always there for me. I love you so much. Thank you so much for holding my hand at the time of transition. Now, you said you left the room, but he's maybe meaning right before you left the room that you were there for him. He says, your sister, and he says your sister, but it's not your sister, it's his sister, and my mother are here with me in spirit. Everybody is nice to me here. I don't know why he would be showing me this, but did he ever throw up before he transitioned, honey? Was he throwing up maybe as part of his illness? Is there ever that happening?
No.
I don't know what that's about. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is to wait a few more weeks and then call in again, and we'll see if we can make a better connection than this. It's not the best connection right now, love. Okay, and also, and also just remember that when we connect, you and I, to be relaxed and calm and centered, and I'm going to be trying to get, I have to get specific things that you can verify. That's what we do when we get the evidence, and then hopefully we get a better connection. Okay, love.
Okay, thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Cece. And
I'm dealing with me. I'm such a mess. I'm sorry.
No, you're doing fine.
You have a wonderful day.
Yeah, and I want to say I'm so sorry for your loss, honey. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Oh, it's fine. But thank you so much, Lord.
Yeah, but he's
not. Take care.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye. And I want everybody listening to think about this. There is no loss. Life is continuous. So not to worry. I'm going to Patty now, who's a life question. Hi, Patty. What can Spirit do for you this evening, honey? Hi, love. What can Spirit do for you, love?
Hi. First of all, I just wanted to say that I believe in the life after death, what you're speaking about. I've had several experiences there in both a waking and a sleeping state where spirits have appeared to me and had conversations as if they were standing right in front of me. So I absolutely believe that.
Oh, wow. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, it's pretty, yeah. It was something when they occurred. So it's really, just know that, like you said, we just move on to another dimension.
Absolutely.
Just the transition. Yeah. I guess my question is just more on the mundane 3D level. I need to find some more work. I have a part-time job, so I'm just kind of getting in gear a little bit. I want to see if you see anything coming my way soon.
All right. And would you have any idea why I see a son to you around you? Do you have a son?
No, I don't. No, I never had children.
Okay, well, I just let the record strike. I feel a younger male around you. I don't know if it has anything to do with your question or what that's about, but let me go to your question now. Patty.
I have a younger brother that just passed away 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. That's probably why I see. Oh, okay. That's validation.
Yeah.
He loves you very much. We're not going to do that. We're going to try to talk about your life. It's something with a gift like you have. You probably could do mediumship, but that's another story. Okay, so you have a part-time job and you want to get a job right now. 904.
I need to find some more work with more income.
Sure. I'm going to go to a yes or no question. I'm going to be silent for a moment.
Okay.
You are looking for work. You're trying to get work. You're not doing a very good job of it. You're half-hearted about it a little bit. You need to be
now I need to get more serious.
You need to get more serious, and you need to also have more faith and belief in it. And you need to motivate yourself, because that's the issue. See, you know, when we think we want something because we need it, right? But we really don't want it.
Right.
Right. And you're very gifted. You're very creative. Yeah, you're very creative. You're intuitive. You're spiritual. You're psychic. And so, you know, to be in a mundane job is just not your thing. You know, it's not your shtick. So let me continue and see what we could do about that. I cannot put motivation in you if it's not in you. But I'm going to see if Spirit
I know. I've been lacking in it, but I feel like I've kind of come around that corner where I'm getting in gear. I got a couple things I need to take care of health-wise, and so after, you know, that, my time is going to be a little bit more where I don't have to keep appointments for anything.
This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing.
I feel like I'm coming out of a sort of maybe a depression or just lack of motivation cycle. I feel like I'm starting to come out of that. So.
Okay. Now, the thing, though, to answer your question is that you need to, the motivation comes by seeing what good you're going to do in your job. It comes from, try to bear with me for a moment here, honey. Your motivation is going to, when you get motivated, you'll get the job. And I see you in a job where you're in an office environment, and there are people in the office who benefit by talking to you. They're just people that work there. It's not your job description. Your job is to do something else. It looks somewhat office clerical kind of thing, but actually the fact that you're there is going to be helpful to certain people around you. And with that in mind, that is when you get motivated, you connect to the energy to get you the job. Okay. So when you understand that there's a job waiting out there where some people need to know you and need to connect with you because the things you'll be saying will help them in their life, you're going to get that job. Okay. You need to see you need to see the worth of who you really are. Your real self is a person who helps people through insight. You're psychic. You're a spiritual counselor.
Right. I should be working on the psychic.
Well, you're going to do it that way because, you know, not everybody wants to have a business doing this, and it's not needed to use your gifts. But what I see you getting is people wanting to talk to you because you're insightful, you're helpful, you're very special, you'll listen. And I see you being nurturing to them, to whoever. There'll be a few people in the office that are going to like you very much. So I want you to think to yourself, you know, and ask in a prayer, send me to the place where I can be of best service. Send me to the place I can be of best service. And God will work with you then in healing you right now so that you'll be better able to get that job, and you will be led exactly into the right job, which is right around the bend, right after you get the healing. Now, that's a 3 to 4 week or month thing, depending on how fast you get your other healing going. So it doesn't have to be very long, but you have to get that healing going first. So ask God that you be brought to the place where you can be of best service, and keep asking for that, because that's what you really want. It makes you feel important. It makes you, not that you're an egomaniac, but you need to feel needed. And this is going to make you feel needed, this position. You're going to feel very, very, very at home there. Okay, my dear?
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome, honey. God bless, love. Bye-bye.
I'm listening too. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go to Jamie now, who's wanting an other side connection. Hey, Jamie, what's going on, dear?
Well, hello, Laura.
Hi.
I'm just enjoying your messages and hoping to see if anyone has any messages for me over there.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on for Jamie at 440 area. I feel a female to you, a very nurturing, warm and loving energy to you. I see a woman who has white hair. The hair is about shoulder length, a little bit shorter. It's very beautiful white hair. It has a little bit of a wave to it. She's a very kind person, probably a senior person. She looks senior in age, but senior to you in age. And she's very slender, and she looks like she does live to an advanced age, but she holds up very well. She's got high cheekbones. She's very slender. She's got, wrinkles and bags, and very, very white hair with a little bit of a bang to it. but very slender and gets around okay with a little bit of a cane or something like that for steadying her body. Would you know anyone like that, please, in spirit? Jamie, are you there? Jamie, are you there? Oh boy, don't know what happened to him. Okay, I'm going to put you back in the queue. I'm going to go to somebody else, and then I'll come right back to you, Jamie. I don't know what happened, but I will go to Terry, who has a life question. Terry? Hi, Terry.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, sweetheart.
I have a simple, I think it's simple.
Okay.
I'm wondering if you see me getting married again or having a life partner.
Oh, I just want you to know before I go into your question, I feel very strongly that there is a mother figure in spirit for you that is looking out for you. And maybe, yeah, you probably need a lot of love and nurturing right now. Let's go to your question. 925, Terry, love life partner. Yes or no? Over time, yes, this will happen to you. You need not worry about the past anymore. All that's behind you. Whatever's coming in is going to be completely new and different. And when it happens, a new relationship, whatever happened before, and I'll tell you what I mean by that in a moment. Whatever happened before will just be completely, it's the pattern you're in, the pattern of not finding love. Will be gone and you won't even think about it anymore. Do you feel sometimes like you're in an unending pattern of disappointment right now, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I know. And after a while, you start to think this is reality and there's no other reality for me. But the reality is just everything, the whole landscape's going to change suddenly when this new person comes in for you. And I'm going to give you a little more detail on that, love. So what I'm getting is, where are we now? September. I'm getting like May time frame, May to June, maybe as soon as early as April, that somebody new will be coming into your life, and that it looks like he has a child of his own or some kind of family obligations he needs to take care of. Just a detail about him. It doesn't get in the way of him being with you. Whatever he has, his own family, whatever is going to be nice for you. You don't mind that. You'll like it very much. And you'll be able to do things together that you like. Now, I hear something about, do you do any kind of winter sports, like skiing?
I haven't in a long time.
Because something about skiing comes into this. Something about skiing comes into this. It's just as if he likes to ski or you like to ski, or I know it's spring time, I see it, but I would say anything to do with skiing, keep your eyes peeled on that. Maybe if you have a chance to go skiing, or if there's a ski club party, or whatever, maybe, I don't know, I just hear skiing. And maybe it's just simply an interest that the two of you have in common. Let me see what else. I also get a name, a J name like a John, and I see a personal ad that you would be responding to, or he would be responding to your ad. Do you use ads at all, honey?
No.
Okay, well, I know that you may not like that, but that's what I'm seeing, so you need to be open-minded about that. And I see that you might hear something about skiing in the ad. He likes to ski. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. He won't be living that far away from you. That's been another issue. There's a lot of travel involved to meet the right person. At least you've been thinking so. It feels like you're in an area that's not close to a lot of urban or a lot of close-knit population, if you will. Would you understand that?
No.
Do you live in a city now?
Not at all.
Do you live in a city?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay, maybe I'll turn it around then. Maybe it's him that's far away. Maybe he has trouble, but he's not going to be that far from you, the answer is. And so the feeling of this person having to be far away is going to be gone. There won't be any of that if you've ever had that feeling, but you haven't tried to meet anybody this way yet. So I'll just say, if you were worried about having to travel, it won't be so. He'll be close to you. And that it looks like it's going to happen. I'm not seeing any blocks in you emotionally. Let me just double check. The only one is the one I already mentioned, which is after a while, not having any luck in this area, you start to become self-perpetuating. So that's the only one. It's not a block, though, because it's just going to be, it'll just be obliterated. Is there any block emotionally with Terry, please? The only thing I would say, it's not really a block, but it's just a sense of, a sense of love happens to others, but it doesn't happen to me. I'm always alone, or I don't have anyone. It's starting to make you feel undesirable on a deeper level, like as a person, if you will. That's the only one I see in you. Can you relate to that when I say that, love? Because I want to move forward with that.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So I just want to remind you again that love comes in mysterious ways, in unexpected ways. And it's always right around the bend. And whatever has happened before is not going to be happening in the future. And I do see somebody new coming in the springtime. So if I can give you one clue of something to do, it would be to try some personal ads, even though you might not have done that before. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome, honey. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm going to go back to Jamie and see if I can get him. Jamie, are you there? I don't know what happened to Jamie. Let me just see something in the chat room if he's trying to reach me that way. No? Well, Jamie, I'm sorry, honey. I don't know where you went and why I can't hear you. So sorry. I'm going to go to the person who's been waiting the longest. I did not pre-interview before the show, and that would be 419. Hello, what can Spirit do for you this evening?
I wanted to connect with someone that crossed over.
Oh, sure. And your name is, please?
Sandy Wise.
Oh, okay. Sandy, thank you so much. You didn't have to give your last name, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right, honey. I'm just saying for your own, what's the word for it? Not security, but privacy. Hold on. Sandy 419. Well, there's a mail that comes in for you. And I'm going to see what I can get on him. It could be a father, it could be a spouse that just has a presence to him. Or it could be even a brother, but a male that's a little bit older than you or older than you. I'm not sure how he fits yet. Hold on. This is 94. Something about dishes and breaking dishes. Have you broken any dishes lately, or would dishes have any significance to you, please?
No, I just washed them.
You just washed your dishes. Okay. Well, that might be something to do with it. I don't know, but let me just see if I can get the man in. So I get a feeling, but I see someone, but the words to describe it are hard for me to find at the moment. Hold on. He's not that old. He's not that old. That's the kind of word I'm trying to find. He's not that old, not that much older than you. He's not like a father. He's more like somebody's a little older than you. And that it could be a brother, it could be a friend, it could be a spouse or a boyfriend or a love interest, if you will, but somebody more lateral to you. Have you lost anyone like that, honey, that you can think of?
Yes, I lost my husband.
Yeah. And I feel that he has a sickness or an illness to him. It's like a wasting away of something versus a sudden loss, like he's not in an accident, it's a sickness. Would you understand an illness, please, for him?
Well, yeah, he had a...
Don't tell me what it is, honey. Don't tell me
what it is. He had symptoms.
Symptoms? Okay. I want to hear yes, no, or maybe. I'll have to control your answers, love. Would you understand?
Sorry.
That's all right, love. Would you understand a Joe or a Joan name, please, or a J name? Would you understand that for anyone you would know, please?
Yeah.
Okay. And that he says that this person is with him in spirit. Would that make sense to you, please?
No.
No. Okay. Well, I want to say to you that that's exactly what he said. So you can look into that later. But let me see. Let me just go forward with this. He gives me a name like a Joan or a Joe or a J name. He says this person is with him in spirit, and that might mean that sometimes they say that and they mean the person on earth is thinking about them. So I'll leave it open like that. He looks like he's a little taller than average in height. He has a fair complexion with a little bit of ruddiness in his cheeks, and his hair is on the brown side, but has a little bit of ore burnish undertones to it. Would you understand that, please, for his appearance?
Yes.
Okay. He's a very kind and loving man, and he's also a father. There's a family that he's left behind. Would you understand that, please?
Yes.
Okay. There's a number 3 there, as if you would have 3 children, or he would have 3 children, or there's 3 altogether in the family, including the 2 of you, but I get the number 3, and I'm leaning towards his children. Would you understand that, please?
Yes.
Okay. He cares about you very much. There's also another name coming in, like a Martha, or an M-A-R name. There also could be Mary. I just want to open your mind a little bit to that. It also could be Mother, but I'm getting Martha mostly. Would you know anyone by that name, please, in spirit or on earth?
Yes.
Okay. And she's a very caring person, too. He says, put your faith in her or talk to her about all this. It will help you heal. I hope that makes sense to you. You are a very loving person. He uses the name Joan again. Was it a Joan, honey, the one that you know on earth? Or is it a John name or J name or a Joe name?
It's a J name, yes.
Just a J name. Okay, good. This other person is female too? The J name, is she female? Yeah, okay. She's also very loving and caring. And so he's referring you to these other people, to go to them, to try to go to them for someone to talk to about all this. Caring, loving individuals that you know that are there for you as much as you're there for them, and they will help you with this. I just want you to know I love you very much. And he also wants you to, this is kind of cute. He holds a towel in his hand because he helped you with the dishes.
Yes.
Okay, so he just wants you to know he's there. And even though it's a very brief message for you, it's important to know that he is around you. He's not left your energy yet. He will eventually be leaving your energy. In other words, moving up into spirit, into deeper levels. But for now, he stays around the house. And he moves around the house with you and the family. And there's also an animal there, like a dog, or I see a dog there. Yes, you have a dog in the family, honey?
Yes.
Okay. He's around everybody still. And so if you feel his presence, that's why. And he'll stay around as long as you need him around. It doesn't mean you're holding him back from going where he needs to go, but he's helping you transition to a new life as well, helping you get over the loss. Make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much for calling in this evening, love. And I'm so sorry for your loss, honey. God bless.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
Now this is for you too, but I have been using a pendulum.
Yeah.
90 seconds.
I just want, it seems that we communicate through that.
Oh.
And I was just wondering if it is working.
Well, he said that you feel his presence. So I would say it is working, and I'm going to go to him again. What was your first name again? I forgot it. I'm sorry.
Sandy.
Sandy, okay. Hold on.
60 seconds.
I'm giving you messages. I am around the house a lot. You do feel the pendulum from me. Yeah, the pendulum is part of what I use, but there are other mechanisms I use. In your dreams, I come in. Sometimes you use the pendulum to make sure it was me in the dream, and you're getting confirmation of that. He says, and sometimes you just feel me around the house, and you're getting confirmation with the pendulum. So the pendulum is confirming things, and yes, I am working with you on the pendulum. So the answer is yes.
Great.
Yes.
Great. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, man, this is great.
Thank you, love. God bless, honey. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye, love. Okay, I will try Jamie one more time.
10 seconds.
Hello? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I had a really important phone call to take care of.
All right, honey. Let me see if I can pull in anyone. I told you before I felt a mother figure to you, and it looked like an older woman, very senior. She had white
gray hair,
very white hair actually. It was, and it had a little bit of bang. It had
what?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Was it like blonde or white?
It's white. Yeah. If it's blonde, it's a white blonde, but it looks like an older woman who's so old that her hair is white. And it's a little bit, it's like a blonde, it's like almost like a Dutch boy cut, but she has a little bit of a wave to it with bangs. She's very pretty. She's petite. She's very slender. She also dresses well. And she's very old. Okay. Do you have a grandma or something like that in spirit, honey, or a friend or someone?
To match that description, that might be my great grandmother who I never met.
Oh, okay. Let me just develop something for you then, honey. Let me just see what I can get for you. Okay. Do you know? Okay. She shows me that she has a problem with her, whoever this is, has a problem with her lungs. She cannot breathe. She's coughing, and she has fluid in her lungs, which would be probably pneumonia or something. Do you know if that great grandmother or any other grandmother would have had that problem, pneumonia?
Well, with the lungs, that grandma, she didn't have that fit that description, but one of my grandmothers did die of emphysema.
Okay, well then it's probably her, but she didn't fit that description physically?
No.
With white hair? Oh, all right.
She might be showing you, maybe she has that. Maybe she's looking that way now. I don't know. As I know that they could probably change whatever look any way they want to look.
No. That's not what could. No, we can't. We can say anything we want. Then they would show what they looked like. Okay, when they were on Earth, and that they're asked to show me things that you would remember and understand. But what I'm getting for you, you probably are wanting me to bring in someone else other than a grandma. And I'm not picking that person up. So whenever I talk about grandmas, it's not clicking with you. So I think what we're gonna have to do is wait for another show, because we're already on the end of this show, and we'll give it a look-see again. With you being focused as well, not getting interrupted with a phone call and everything else, maybe we'll have better chance of pulling in who you want. Okay.
Okay.
All right, honey. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay.
All right, everybody. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to working with you again next week. That would be, what is next week? That would be, October 1st. Have a great evening, everybody, and look forward to working with you in the future. Bye-bye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.